how hard is it to actually run a successful local game store? Some people think it might be easy. Some people think it might be free tendies. At least it looks like it is right now. Right now, it looks like you can literally buy anything and make money in the trading card game space, but it has not always been like this. It has been like this for a couple years now, but years ago, 2024 and back, you could barely make a dime on anything. You could barely sell anything. Anything you see over here behind me was hard to sell a couple of years ago. We could barely sell Lorcana. We could barely sell One Piece. We could barely sell Pokemon. We could barely sell Magic. Sometimes markets turn and it turns around for you, but in the end, the market's not always going to be this strong. The market's not always going to be up only. You're not always going to be able to double your money just buying it from distribution, or tripling your money, or quadrupling your money, or 5 timesing your money with Pal World when it first comes out, because the market demand is unreal for new trading card games, for card games that people think will last the test of time. And there's just an abundant amount of trading card games coming out now that all seem to be pumping. Everything's going up. Everything is successful, no matter what card game it is, because people don't want to miss out. People think they are going to find the Pokemon repeat. They think they're going to find the One Piece repeat. Some people think these new card games are going to be the next Pokemon, like Riftbound, like One Piece, like Lorcana and Gundam and maybe Power World. A lot of people think all of these things are going to last the test of time, and if enough people believe it, it can hold it up so long that it does last the test of time. Because if they can continue to create more products year after year, because people keep believing that it will last the test of time, that's exactly what happens, because enough people agree that they think it's cool. And if enough people agree that, the company will continue to create the products, and they will continue making tournaments and continue making pre-releases and making stores, better organized play stores for their game, and ensuring that other stores join the organized play. Running a game store is absolutely crazy now. Running a game store is overwhelming. Back in the day, like 5 or 6 years ago, let's just say 5 or 6 years ago, if you're opening a game store, it'd be a lot easier to open a game store 5 or 6 years ago. Why would it be easier? Because there was no hype. There was no super inflated demand for any of these card games. You could get a distribution account if you were selling through your basement back then, because distributors couldn't really sell stuff. They had a hard time selling Magic the Gathering and Pokemon back then, because nobody really cared. Nobody really wanted it, and people didn't look at it as a long-term asset. They didn't look at it as something they could invest their money into, and people didn't look at it like a card game that you could play and become a professional player, like poker, like StarCraft, like League of Legends, like any other video game. It's the same concept, but in real life. So it has like different aspects to it. All these card games, it's just crazy to think about. Like all sports or any of these things is just everybody trying to be the best at something. And with all these IPs popping up, people want to be the best at that card game. People want to be the best at League of Legends, at Riftbound, at One Piece, at Lorcana, at Star Wars, whatever it may be. They want to be a pro in that card game. And the more card games that are out there, the more diverse the player bases get, the more diverse each card game gets. Because if these Riftbound players come in, if these League of Legends players come in, it's good for Pokemon. It's good for Magic. Why would Riftbound make it better for Magic and Pokemon, because if it brings in League of Legends players that only play video games and they start playing this card game and they branch out into Pokemon or Magic because they've never been in card games before the Riftbound League of Legends card game. Same thing goes with One Piece. All these One Piece fans are now branching out into Magic, Pokemon, Lorcana. Same thing with the Disney fans. All these new people into these markets are all branching out in all these other card games, so it's propping up all the other card games. Every card game's propping up each other. And it's crazy to think about. And running a game store is absolutely insane now because there's 10 to 15 to 20 to 30 trading card games active right now. I don't know how many there are. It's crazy to think about that there's this many lasting right now, and that Pokemon has like a 1 million square foot or whatever warehouse that they're building so that they can increase the prints for every card game, because Millennium Print Group like prints for many different card games. They're not just going to print for Pokemon. They're going to print for Magic and Yu-Gi-Oh and other card games. I don't know if Bandai uses them or not, or if they just do their own thing. I have no idea, but anyways, the amount of things coming out every week is absolutely ridiculous. It's hard to keep track of. Yesterday we got basically 3 pallets worth of stuff of One Piece, Riftbound, plushies, a bunch of other things. We got these new plushies right here. We got One Piece plushies now and Pokemon plushies, but the One Piece ones are over here, the Pokemon are over there. We're actually going to put up more slat wall today because we need more space still. I keep ordering product, and then we keep creating more space in here, and eventually we're going to grow out of this place and have to build a bigger building. I don't know what's going to happen, but all I know is my focus is on growth, and my focus has been on growth for the past 5 years, and this is where it's got us. As long as you focus your full force into something, you can do it. It's going to be really hard to run a game store if you're trying to open a game store in this era right now, because distribution access is very hard to get, especially if you're a new person, especially if you're just opening up a local business or just opening up a storefront, or if you're trying to sell out of your basement. That's going to be hard to get from distributors because they are pretty strict on what they allow to sell, like who they allow to sell to now. But I don't know. It's much easier for us to get distribution access through another distributor than it is for somebody new to get a new distribution access through literally any of the distributors, because you're new and we're established. So if like we wanted to get something through GTS, which we haven't explored yet, if we wanted to start purchasing through GTS, email me, and we could start ordering through you guys. Or what's the other ones that I haven't ordered through? ACD or GTS. Message me or email me or whatever. Nobody watches these videos. Let's be real. They don't care. They don't care about me. I'm just joking. Anyways, all these. Why One Piece? Why? You made us do so much work yesterday, and by us I mean mostly me. Egan helped me a bunch. It was me and Egan taking all this stuff downstairs, all the freaking starter decks. When there's 6 different starter decks and 2 different illustration boxes and a Riftbound, and we haven't even gotten our Power World yet. It's coming in today. We got Power World, Riftbound, these D&D dice sets, all these new playmats. I haven't even looked at the new playmats yet for these Riftbound things, but it's just, to keep track of all this stuff, you have to be either very, oh no, these are dual playmats. Oh my gosh. Jace versus Victor. Holy crap. They're doing tag teams. Guys, they're doing tag teams just like Pokemon. Look at Riftbound already doing tag teams. So is Lorcana. Why is everybody doing tag teams? I'm calling it now. Magic the Gathering Tag Team Planeswalkers. They're coming out this year or next year. I'm calling it right now. Tag Team. What would they do for Tag Team? Which IP in the world has something to do with two people or multiple people? Power Rangers. What if they do a Power Rangers crossover? Holy crap. This is all leading me to believe they're doing a Power Rangers crossover. All these other card games are all doing two things at a time. We got One Piece doing two different illustration boxes that have connecting arts. Wait. Are you serious right now? What is happening in this world? These better not be. If I just... It is. It's the same two people. What's the other one? Is every card game doing tag team? I'm not even in frame. Yep, these are like the same thing too. Tag team. Lorcana's doing tag team. Yeah. And now I'm gonna call it. We got Power Rangers coming probably. We got V versus Jinx. Diana versus Leona. And Kale versus Morgana. Ooh, forgot about Morgana. That's insane. The amount of dual things that they're doing nowadays is actually ridiculous. I cannot believe how many card games are just copying and pasting every single other card game. Magic, Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh, Lorcana, One Piece, Riftbound, Gundam, Sorcery, Digimon, Union Arena, MetaZoo, My Little Pony, Hololive, Godzilla, Universes, TCG, Force of Will, Arcane. No, Arcane's not something. Flesh and Blood. Did I even say Flesh and Blood? How many card games are there? How many card games can last? How many card games can last years? How many card games can last a decade? I guess we'll find out together if you're all still in the card game space. But like a lot of other investing places that people seek out, a lot of people won't be here in 2 to 5 years. A lot of people watching these videos won't be here in 2 to 5 years. That's just why the cycles happen. That's why the people who realize the cycles are there gain the most money in the end, because they see the cycles. The people who are a flash in the pan that join the communities for like a year because they're like buying at the top because they're buying at the hype, and they're saying that they're gonna hold it for 2 to 5 years, but they really don't. They just sit there and then they look at it, and like 6 months later, since it's not going up anymore, they try to sell it, flip it to something else. That thing doesn't go up for a while either. So they just flip it again. Next thing you know, they've lost a ton of money because they don't know what they're doing. And I don't know. Just crazy to think about all these people getting in these spaces and trying to make a quick buck, because that's why all these card games are either going to the moon or going to zero, because people are hopping out of the card games they think won't last, and they're jumping into the card games that they think will last. So some of the card games like Flesh and Blood Flesh and Blood could last. They're pivoting. I don't know. It's hard to last in this space now. It's much harder than it ever was before. Really, really hard to last in this space when there's 20 or 30, 40, 50 different card games all being printed at the same time, all trying to get printer access. So if the demand for printer access is higher, is Millennium Print Group or Pokemon going to start charging more money to print cardboard, to print on cardboard? Are they going to start charging more for Yu-Gi-Oh! Or Magic so they can divert most of it to themselves? Who knows? Who knows what's going to happen? These have OP15 and OP16 as well as 2 promos. And these have OP15, OP16, and 2 promos. And they're pretty cool promos. Nothing crazy. So, I don't know. These are all right promos and okay packs. I don't know if these will go up forever, but we do have a lot. I am going to offer more to our Patreons. More of these starter decks. More of these. Probably today after I ship a bunch of stuff. And maybe some of the Riftbound I didn't get as much as I really wanted. So the next set I ordered through 3 distributors instead of 2. And for like the first set, I think I only ordered through 1. So I'm increasing our allocations by increasing our orders and increasing the number of distributors we order through, because that's what you got to do. You got to keep branching out. You keep branching out and growing your business. If you can't get enough product from one distributor, you're going to have to go to others. So if you're watching this, distributors, just give me more product and I will order more through you. I will order more through you. You give me more product. If you give me more Magic the Gathering collector boxes or Lorcana collector boxes or Lorcana boxes, I will order supplies through you. I will order more sleeves, deck boxes, dice, play mats, anything you want me to order. Just let me know. I will order it. I will order paints through you. Anything you want me to order through you to get more product, I will do. I will buy more My Little Pony cards. I will buy more Magic the Gathering. Whatever you can't sell. If it's a crappy, shitty Avatar that doesn't sell, that's going to be one of the best sets of all time in the future when people realize how awesome it is and how iconic the IP is, and how they probably won't do another set and they probably won't reprint those arts, and they're all one of a kind and it's pseudo reserve list. I don't know. You think it like that? You keep buying Assassin's Creed, you keep buying Marvel superheroes, Marvel Spider-Man. You keep buying all these crappy IPs that didn't do well because there's crappy cards in them. Spider-Man will last forever. Avatar, The Last Airbender, will last forever. Assassin's Creed will last forever. Marvel superheroes will last forever. It doesn't matter if Magic the Gathering dies. People will still collect those things. Think about it like that. Lord of the Rings will last forever. The Hobbit will last forever. These are brands. These are IPs that will never die. Magic the Gathering is one of the smartest brands in history of brands. Magic and Pokemon. One Piece and Lorcana and Gundam and Riftbound and maybe Pal World and maybe Star Wars Unlimited are all trying to follow suit. Maybe Yu-Gi-Oh! But Magic and Pokemon, they've figured out the formula. Magic has shifted to Pokemon's formula of printing. They have shifted how they do things. They print stuff. They print the universes beyond to the ground because they know that at the end of the day, it doesn't matter how much they print. There will always be demand for those brands, even if those sets are the shittiest sets of all time. Even if everybody on YouTube says they're the crappiest, shittiest set. Spider-Man's going to 0. Avatar is going to 0. Assassin's Creed is going to 0. It doesn't matter at the end of the day. Same thing goes with like these One Piece things. Because there's so many people into One Piece, there have been for decades. Sometimes it just doesn't matter how much you make because of the iconic brand, the demand. And if you can last the test of time and keep growing more and more players every year, you keep getting more investors and collectors in your card games and keep branching out into baseball and basketball and football and soccer, you're gonna last the test of time. And if Pal World branches out like they say they're going to, like making shows and making comic books and making plushies and everything they're doing, it could last the test of time. I can't wait to get our Pal World stuff. I think it might have arrived through UPS already, and I might have to go open those, so that might be the end of the video. I hope it was a long enough video. We're gonna have to move this entire row up 3 and move these up and add 6 more starter decks and put more illustration boxes, and we're adding more slat wall over there. So if you really want to support us, come on in or buy some singles on our website, fullmoongames.com. Buy our Magic the Gathering singles, Pokemon singles, One Piece singles, Disney Lorcana singles, Yu-Gi-Oh singles, and Riftbound singles. We got cards that are 15 cents all the way up to, what's the most expensive single that we have? 15,000, I think. 20,000. There's that Monkey D. Luffy's like 10 to 20,000. I don't know the price right now. The one from OP05, I think. We got the manga from that. So if you guys want that, somebody that's really rich wants to buy that, that would... I don't even know if it's gradable. It could be a PSA 10. If it's a PSA 10, you grade it. You could potentially make your money if you're rich enough to take that chance. I'm not saying it's going to be a PSA 10, or it could be a PCG 10. If you grade through my link below, PCG, use code FMG. Anyways, if you do buy it on my website, I will love you forever. Anyways, join the Patreon below. I'm offering tons of product in August. There's going to be tons and tons of products offered in August. Tons and tons of product. It's going to be worth it. The $15 a month alone, one drop will be worth it. If I'm doing 8 drops in the month of August, and you do 2 drops, you get like ridiculous value. Everything's below TCG Player Low. That's on the Patreon. So there's that. And tax and shipping is already baked in, unless you're international shipping. It might be $50 to $100 more if you're internationally shipping, depending on how big the package is, depending on what you want. It just depends. If you want to join the Patreon and you're from Canada or Algeria or Mexico, or what's another one? Somebody actually messaged and said they were from Andorra. I had to look it up. I'm surprised I wasn't I've heard the name before, I think, and then I looked it up, and it's like some really tiny country that has like 80,000 population. It's like the same population as this town of Terre Haute, which is like 60 or 70,000. 7. Anyways, the illustration boxes actually look pretty sick. And the One Piece is very smart. They're doing smart things. Let's make sure they're doing another smart thing. I gotta open one of these cases real quick to make sure they're still doing it. Something Magic the Gathering needs to copy and paste. Well, I guess they kind of did do it first with their collector booster sample packs and their commander decks, but they realized they can just make the commander decks good enough to where they don't need the collector booster sample pack, or they just make them brands that people will always buy. Let's see. Did they do it? Please tell me they did it. Charlotte Katakuri. You get 1 booster pack of OP16. So yes, they did. They put a booster pack in every single starter deck. They are very, very smart, because this card game lasts the test of time. These decks will always sell because they have booster packs in every single deck. These decks right here have OP11, so these decks are super expensive now because OP11 is like a $700 or $800 box now for some reason. That's just ridiculous to me. Anyways, hope you all enjoyed this video. Be sure to subscribe, like, comment, share, boost up the video, hype up the video. Join the Patreon below. Grade through PCG to fight PSA. PSA is fine. I don't have anything bad against them. They are getting sued. PCG is trying to capitalize on the market and ensure that they create a more honest and transparent brand that doesn't try to hype up stuff and make, I don't know, allegedly do stuff. I don't know allegedly what they do. Or you can shop on fullmoongames.com. We have millions of singles. Buy a ton of singles on our website. Use code TimuRudy for 10% off on your first order. If you use code TimuRudy on fullmoongames.com, you can get 10% off on your first order of singles. You can order $10,000 worth of singles and get 10% off. Just imagine getting a $10,000 Monkey D. Luffy for $1,000 off. I'm going to raise the price to $11,000 just in case. I'm going to raise our entire inventory 11% before this video comes out. No, I'm not. It's a joke. We try to make our stuff close to TCG market or TCG low. If you notice something is way overpriced on our website, just message me. There's glitches in the automatic price updater on our website. So if there's something that's double, triple, quadruple, or a million times what it's supposed to be, just message me. I will update it immediately, and I will adjust the automatic price updater in our system so it doesn't make stuff super expensive. We have, what's the most card that we have? We have like 100 the one rings if you want to buy the one ring from Magic the Gathering. Somebody please buy a bunch. You can only buy 4 at a time though. Anyways, hope you all enjoyed this video. Buy our sealed product, buy our singles. Support us on Patreon. Go subscribe to Alpha Investments because I'm a copy and paste of him. Not really. He also encouraged me to start making these videos. And you got to give back. Anyways, today is going to be a very long day of tons of new products. And probably hundreds of people coming in asking about Power World, seeing if we sell it for MSRP. You guys don't sell it for MSRP. What do you mean? I've been playing Power World for the last 10 years. Power World's been out for 10 years. Dude. It's $250 to $300 on eBay right now. It is so ridiculous. The amount of demand. Like a week or two ago, nobody cared about it. Nobody talked about it. Was it Charlie that talked about it? Moist Critical, Penguin Zero. Did he talk about it? I think somebody said that he talked about it. But anyways, if that's the reason why everything's pumping, I don't know. Or maybe it's just everybody's talking about it, so everybody wants it. Now Alpha Investments made a video about Power World, so it's going to boost it up even more. Even more people are going to talk about it. So, and all the investor bros and rich people watch him. So all the investor bros and rich people and streamers and everybody else is going to start jumping in on Power World. Then they're going to reprint it. It's going to be unlimited, and then the first edition is going to get $1,000 a box. Who knows what's going to happen? That's not actually what's going to happen. Just like a scenario that could happen. Anyways, thank you all for watching. Hope you enjoyed this video. Leave a like, comment, share, subscribe, and order stuff off of our website. It's usually close to TCG low, TCG market, including our million different commander decks and all of our sealed products. Some of the Pokemon and One Piece sealed products are not available on our website due to the demand and people trying to buy out stuff. But if you want me to take stuff out of in-store only, I can adjust them. Hope you enjoyed this video. My name is Ben from Full Moon Games and Footers Pizza. Footerspizza.com, fullmoongames.com. Email me with business inquiries or something. I don't know. Nobody's going to watch this video anyways. There's going to get 69 views and 420 likes with 67 comments. And nobody's going to care. In 10 years, nobody's going to even care that I said that. Nobody's going to remember I said those words. Other than me when I look back in 10 years at these videos and cringe that we sold these for this cheap, and cringe that these Ursula Returns boxes are selling for $100 instead of $1,500 or whatever it is in 10 years, or who knows. Nobody can tell the future. But if you're diversified in basically every single card game, you can't really go wrong unless you overinvest in everything and cut all your money thin. Then you'll just go under, because if everything dies at the same time and you continue ordering all these products, you will die and your business will die, unless you have something in place so that you can't die. I don't know, like our Patreon. Make sure we don't die, guys. Have a good day. Do a good deed today for somebody. Make somebody smile. I don't know. Riftbound, League of Legends, One Piece, fullmoongames.com. Use code TIMORUDY to get 10% off on your first singles order. Magic, Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh, Lorcana. Look at all these products. What the heck, guys? What is that? OTJ? I guess I'll get a restock of it. Let's go get the OTJ box and then we'll end there. Okay. It's time for battle, guys. Time for battle. Get out of my way, murders. I probably should have checked if we needed anything else. I probably should have checked, guys, but who cares? Somebody will do it later. And by somebody, I mean probably me. I already can tell there's something missing right here. Strixhaven. We're missing Strixhaven Collector and Regular. What the heck, guys? Restock it next time you see, please. Alright. Thank you all for watching. Have a good day. Oh, I'm getting dizzy. Holy crap.